That's right, guys. Today we're talking Call of Duty, and more specifically, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Welcome everyone, my name's Ali. Today we're going to be diving into why Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is looking set to be the COD 2018 release set for this year. We're going to be discussing when it's going to be based, whether or not it's going to be boots on the ground, whether we're going to be flying through the air, and also whether or not a Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty would make any sense at all, and whether or not you guys want to see it. Now, for the millions of you guys that have subscribed over the last few months for my Fortnite videos, if you don't know COD or haven't played COD, take a seat, relax. This game is absolutely awesome, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the gameplay of me playing some Black Ops 3, which is obviously the last Black Ops game which came out. And if you are a Call of Duty subscriber, thank you for hanging around. I know I've been doing loads of Fortnite recently, but I'm still playing Call of Duty on the side, and I'm still very much excited for this year's Call of Duty release, specifically with it being Treyarch and potentially, as I said, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, because I adore and find the Black Ops series to be my favorite Call of Duty series of them all. So over the last few days, rumors have been rampant for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. We've had official statements from Activision and Treyarch themselves, which has been very interesting. And for all of you keen-eyed viewers that watched my very first Black Ops 4 video about 6 months ago now, it was before even COD World War II had come out, you'll know that a lot of the information I talked about back then seems deadly accurate and lines up with all of the leaks and rumors that we've gotten right now. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And what are people talking about? Why is everyone talking about Black Ops 4? So firstly, jumping back to that Black Ops 4 video that I made last year, information first came about when Treyarch put out a job listing looking for someone to join a team that had great knowledge of modern day weaponry, instantly pointing at a modern day shooter for Call of Duty's next title. Treyarch have not done a modern day shooter ever. It would be a new time period for them to jump into and get to grips with, which is very, very exciting. And it also could lead to the fact that if it's modern day, it has to be boots on the ground. We're going to come back to that in a second. But in the last few days, more rumors have come out. From the Twitter user Marcus Sellers, who's had a history of accurately leaking game releases in the past, he tweeted out saying that COD 2014 will be Black Ops 4. It'll be coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and also Nintendo Switch, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be set in the modern day, will be boots on the ground, and the Switch will also support DLC and more. Marcus has accurately leaked games in the past, so although it's not official, this guy seems to be saying something which everyone else is saying as well. Black Ops 4 is coming this year. Since that tweet, Activision have actually gone ahead and officially confirmed that Treyarch could be making COD this year. Not a surprise at all. Treyarch have gone ahead and said they're really excited to reveal more, and gets me so excited as well. But on top of that, Activision have had their fiscal report, which is basically just loads of reports about where they've been making the most amount of money, which games have been the most active, and it's been really interesting because a lot of it has been hinting at how strong and how well Black Ops as a series does for Call of Duty. Activision says as follows, that overall their strategy for Call of Duty is working, and World War II has been a great success, and they've seen great success with all of the events that they've done in-game, including the Resistance events and other events that you guys may have taken part on if you're still playing Call of Duty World War II. They also specifically say they've got a thriving Black Ops community, and even say that the Black Ops community is the most active and the most long-lasting community out of all of the Call of Duty titles, and say that they cannot wait and are excited to share Treyarch's up-and-coming development game. They specifically say that the next 3 years, the next 3-year slate for Call of Duty is going to be the best in COD's history. That is saying a lot. That means they say that the next 3 years is going to include not only Treyarch's next title, but Sledgehammer Games and Infinity Ward's are all going to be some of the best CODs we've ever seen. So official word from Activision, linked with the job listing we had last year, and the leak from Marcus on Twitter, all points in the direction of Black Ops 4 coming out. It makes sense not really from a story perspective, because it almost seemed like the trilogy had been wrapped up in the sense of Black Ops 3. It comes more from a marketing perspective, that when you say the word Black Ops, you instantly think of a strong game developed by a great development team in the form of Treyarch, and you want to find out more. So it makes sense for them to stick with the Black Ops franchise just for that reason alone. But it leads into some of the biggest talking points, which is, will this game have boots on the ground, or will you fly around everywhere? And should Battle Royale come anywhere near the Call of Duty franchise? I actually tweeted out the other day a poll, which I found very interesting, asking you guys if you wanted the next Call of Duty to be boots on the ground or have a sort of movement system similar to Black Ops 3, which was boosting around, jumping on walls, and sliding everywhere. But currently, at the time of making this video, there's about 35,000 votes, and over 75% of you want it to be boots on the ground, with under a quarter of you wanting Black Ops 3 style jetpacks. I'm gonna come out here and actually be honest with you guys. I prefer a game like Black Ops 3 where there's additional movement, simply for the skill gap between the players that are picking up COD for the first time and those guys that have been playing for many years. Having additional movement mechanics, in my opinion, sets those differences further apart and makes the better players far better. That's why I prefer it, honestly. I kind of think that boots on the ground is a little bit stale now, but if, and I'm sure they will, Treyarch innovate in different ways, maybe having boots on the ground will be fine because they'll be innovating in other ways we haven't seen before in Call of Duty, and I'm excited to see that. So I've actually got the unpopular opinion here, but let me know down below, which side are you on, the more popular boots on the ground or the jetpacking around everywhere? And we'll see what people are thinking in the comment section of this video. Now, obviously, the leak said that it will be boots on the ground, which does make sense if it's a modern day shooter, unless they're in some alternate reality where technology has advanced a lot further. There should be no reason that we're actually going to be getting anything that allows us to run around on walls and jump around everywhere with exosuits on. So most of you should be pretty happy regardless of what I think. So I'm pretty sure boots on the ground will be the case for this next Call of Duty title. And then something I want to talk about which caused a lot of controversy when I tweeted this out a while ago. I said I think it'd be great if COD 2018 invested in a Battle Royale mode for Black Ops 4 or whatever the next Call of Duty game will be. Now, taking a step back just for a second, some of you may think I'm slightly infected with Battle Royale fever, considering I am addicted to Fortnite, and obviously the huge success that Fortnite is currently having. They just announced that they had over 3.4 million concurrent players last weekend, which is far bigger than Call of Duty has ever been, I just want to point out, and is arguably the biggest game in the world ever in terms of concurrent players on a console platform. It is absolutely insane, but I want to put this idea forward and actually explain a little bit more. So Fortnite, just for an example, isn't a battle royale game at heart. It is actually a PvE horde-based zombies mode, with the battle royale portion of the game being an additional free-to-play add-on portion. Just because maybe a battle royale mode could be developed and could be added on to COD 2018, be it Black Ops 4 or whatever it is, doesn't mean that the whole game is a battle royale game. You could still have campaign, zombies, multiplayer, and then parts of multiplayer having a battle royale mode. It can just be a separate portion. It doesn't need to get in the way of everything else and anything else that you like about the Call of Duty franchise. Now, when I've talked about this to other people, a lot of people have been like, you die way too quickly in COD. It's just not made for Battle Royale. I totally agree. However, I've got a few things to mention here. First of all, they've actually already trialed a Battle Royale mode in Call of Duty, except it's only in China's COD Online, which is their free-to-play Call of Duty equivalent, where loads of players spawn on a giant map, eventually get pushed down into a smaller and smaller circle until there's only one person left. I'm just assuming here that everyone knows what a Battle Royale mode is, by the way. 100 players jump in, one remains, and you ultimately win if you're the last player alive. So it has been tested in Call of Duty before, just not to the Western world. We haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Now, obviously, COD Online in China is very hard to access, very hard to even get footage of, so there's not much footage out there, and I'm not too sure what the reception has been like and whether or not people have enjoyed it too much. But let's just say theoretically it is put into the next Call of Duty game. It will need adjusting. Weapons can't deal the same amount of damage. You can't be dropped as quickly as you can do typically in Call of Duty. Things would have to be changed. Weapons would have to be balanced. Obviously, new maps would have to be made. They'd have to be a lot bigger, so that the actual formula of a Battle Royale game mode would work better within the Call of Duty structure. The good thing is, it's a clean, crisp 60 FPS game, loads of weapon variants, and Call of Duty encourages lots of different style of play, so it certainly could work. The only reason I suggest it is because I genuinely think it could give Call of Duty a new lease of life. bring people into the game that haven't played it for many years, and even new people that have never played Call of Duty title before. The great thing about Fortnite Battle Royale and why it's done so well is because it's so easy to pick up. People love the formula of Battle Royale, and in this case, it's free to play. I'd love to at least see it trialed. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. That's just my personal opinion, and I would love to see it happen. If anything, to see the growth of Call of Duty and to see Call of Duty doing really, really well again, that would be amazing. Obviously, there's loads of opinions out there, and I was quite surprised as to how many people were against the idea of a Battle Royale game in Call of Duty. People definitely thought they were two separate things that shouldn't merge. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Boots on the ground, jetpacks, Battle Royale, what do you think when it comes to COD 2018, which is very much looking to be Black Ops 4? So there we go, guys, some Call of Duty action. I hope you've enjoyed all of the awesome gameplay in the background. I've absolutely loved jumping back on Black Ops 3 recently. It's been really fun, and I've just clicked straight back into it. I would definitely say that Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 are my favorite Call of Duty games ever, in my opinion. So obviously, I'm going to be so excited for the potential of Black Ops 4. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed. I'll keep you more up to date as we get more news on the next COD title. And obviously, there'll be more Fortnite stuff here on the channel as well. So thank you. Can't wait to read the comments and see what you guys are thinking. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I'll see you tomorrow, as always, for another video. Bye-bye.